Hello everyone. So the long-awaited Nier Automata banner has returned, and I wanted to review this together with the 1 year anniversary banner. And I do think that the Automata banner overall is better, at least for newer players. I think for maybe for older players, the anniversary banner would have it has newer units, it has newer mechanics, but it just doesn't quite have the ubiquity of the Automata banner. First of all, the Automata has two banners that share one pity system, so you can potentially get 6 units um, as opposed to the three, and it is does have more high-powered attackers, whereas the anniversary banner. We'll just start with the anniversary banner, I guess. The anniversary banner has the three. It has the Sayu, and it has uh, Rion, and it has Demus. So out of the three, Demus is definitely the best one. It has the debuff skill that you can use in the beginning, so this is very good for the arena, especially mixed together with the New Year version of the bold guy. Um, that just makes it really hard for your team to be killed, and very good as an attacking team in arena. And overall, he just has the newer the team, Luminous Rush, and yeah, he just generally is. I think he's quite nice. And Rion, I think, is not as good, unfortunately, because it's water. And once again, just the stats distributions. I think Demons has at least has more attack, and Rion once again going more towards defense. I think is a mistake. Uh, it's just generally, unless you can taunt, having like high HP doesn't really matter, and having high defense just doesn't matter either. And we go to Sayu. I think she is really good, but once again, she's restricted to light element. She has the luminous rush, and she has this bold vigor, and her character skill is very strong. So in terms of light, weak PvE content, she's really good. In terms of PvP, so she functions as a turret because she doesn't have any agility based. There's no agility based skills, and agility is still quite important, I think, overall in arena and PvP. So that's kind of it for the anniversary banner. Actually, a bit of a letdown. I think it's not as good as the half year one with the Celebratory Noel and Celebratory Gale. Those were definitely, they're still the strongest, some of the strongest units even now. And then now we go to the Automata banner. Now, between these two, the better one is definitely the newer banner, right? The one with 2P, Fio, and Akiha. Now, Fio is not very good. um, I think she wasn't very good to begin with, and she's definitely not very good now with all the power creep that happened. If I can just get back to where we were. So not the right stats distributions, and her weapon is not exactly like Aegis and Pursuit. Now Aegis is just a dead skill at this point. Mechanical Assassin Akiha is still a unique unit, right? I think the only unit with the only greatsword user with the timed Fleetfoot. So that's pretty unique because greatswords just have amazing stats and very strong. So greatsword users have that advantage, and she has this agility based skill. So that makes her really strong in arena. She's just easier to build, I would say. Not necessarily strong because you have some really strong arena units, but they don't have the fleet foot, so you're forced to use specific weapons in order to kind of shore up the agility, which you don't need to. You have a bit more leeway with what weapon selection you use, assuming that you would always want a max cooldown reduction on your skills. And of course, this is also quite a nice ability as well. This is quite unique because the only way to get this would be through that memoir, which gives you the 10% on the set. So she's very nice for arena. I think she pretty much hasn't changed. She's one of the best arena units. And then 2P, let me go to 2P, is really good, but not the best short sword user. I would say EX Lars and Celebratory Gale are better short sword, just PvE units. And in terms of PvP, she's pretty much like she's has no like niche in terms of PvP. She doesn't have the agility. She's just like a glass cannon, right? Low defenses, low HP, but does a lot of damage. There's a lot of units that do that. So, but she's still very nice to have. And combined with the mechanical Akiha, I think this is the best banner on right now. And then we go to the Automata banner. Uh, Starting with 2B. 2B is kind of the biggest example of power creep, I think. There's just so many units that kind of does what she does now. Like this Fleetfoot was good, but right now there's just so like it's better to have a timed Fleetfoot, a timed 30% Fleetfoot, right, than it is to have a flat 20%. And then her attack isn't really up there either. So she's still good as an agility unit. It's just that they're better, like, if you have EX Gale, and I think most people would have gone for EX Gale anyway as the first EX. There's just no reason to use her. EX Gale has, has more bulk, is faster, and they, kind of do about the same damage. So there's just no reason to use her. She's still pretty good for PvE, but once again, she doesn't excel. There's definitely much better short sword users out there now. And 9S is not good when he is released, and he's kind of hasn't changed because the thing with the mythic slabs is it makes glass cannons not as glass cannon, and it makes these units with really low attacks matter a bit less because you just mythic slabs just give you the flat boosts, right? So the fact that he has a really low attack doesn't matter as much. It's just that his skills just, these just the Fleetfoot isn't the best skill. Aegis is like a dead skill, so he's just not very good. And of course, the best unit from from this match is A2, and this still holds up true right now. She does a lot of damage. Um, yeah, she does a lot of damage. She is still, because I think the difference between her and say 2P is that 2P has a lot of competition and short sword users, whereas A2 doesn't really have any competition in terms of PvP. The EX Akiha is just a better version of her, but in terms of, because EX Akiha has the AoE character skill, she's pretty useless for PvE, where A2 is still really good for PvE. So, and then there is a very expensive but workable agility build for A2, which is to stack 3 of those 20% Fleetfoot timed Fleetfoot great swords, and then like give her that memoir that increases chain attacks, and then you can go first and just kill someone. So there are ways to make her work. Although conventionally, if you build her conventionally for arena, she's just kind of the glass cannon, which I'm not. It's really too luck dependent, because building glass cannon means you might just lose the character before getting to the character round, like the character skill, no, the weapon skill round. Like you'll just die during the auto attack round. So because of that reason, like I think it's better to go for this. Yes, A2 is better, but you have the mechanical Akiha here, who is like probably the best, still like the best unit out of what's available right now. Just in terms of her uniqueness, like we just don't have any greatsword users that has this agility skill. So it's worth going for her. Although since I already have EX Akiha, I'm not gonna go for her. I'm just gonna run Akiha as a turret. Um, Yeah, that's pretty much it for in terms of the banners. Another thing you can do with the Automata banner is to, if you already pulled all three units from it, you can switch over to the other banner, and then at the end, because they share the same pity, you can kind of exchange. You can exchange all of these units, even if you pulled on a separate banner. So that's definitely one big advantage. I think now is a really good time to go into. Well, I'm not actually sure if it's a good time to catch up because this game really favors you playing for a long time. So you would definitely be behind on the mythic slabs and a lot of progression things like EX characters. But now is probably the best time to start playing the game just because you have the 223 pulls, even though that's without pity, and I've already pulled mine, so it doesn't display here. And you have all these great banners to pull on. I mean, any of these banners, even if you do pull on this one, the anniversary one, still think it's a good pull. It's just a bit harder to work with because of this being like a light, like just her damage for non-light is just not going to be as good. But she's a really strong unit as well. So thanks everyone for watching, and I hope everyone have a nice day.